So you know what it is. Without further ado, let's do what we came here to do. You dig? Let's go. First question. And brother Eamon B, not AB, brother Eamon B. What do you feel about Trump's victory in the Iowa caucuses? Right? After everything that's happened with him as a president, not as a president, the criminal charges, and now he's back running for 2024? That sounds wild to me. But can you make some sense of it, my brother? What do you think about it?
I'll be honest, man. I'm really not the biggest politics guy, especially when it comes to the US. I'll be very, very honest. I
Keep
genuinely
it real.
sometimes understand how things work there. Um,
Fun
look,
fact, it doesn't work.
You see what's going on, right? You already answered your question. You already answered it.
You know more than most people.
it makes no sense to me, man. But what I will say is, given the current climate of the whole world, to see that Trump is back in the mix of being the president of the US, with everything going on with the big like the Palestine-Israel conflict and the big conflict areas in the world and stuff like that. Seeing that he's back in the mix, I don't know, man. I don't get a very comforting feeling from that, man.
What do you think, AB? I'm gonna say last. I'm American, so I'm gonna reserve mine until the end. So go ahead.
Yeah, because CIA might book you. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful.
They already on my
You know,
tail, so.
you might be your phone might be tapped. You gotta be careful what you say.
Hey, listen, it might be. You never know. You know what I'm saying? It could be my day any day. You know what I'm saying? But what do you think about what's going on, AB?
The thing is, like Eamon said, because even us, like as a Canadian, we get whatever the U.S. does, we follow suit. You know, so we are basically like you could say like we're kind of like the little brothers of the U.S. As much as we have our own, we follow the monarch of UK and all these things. We're pretty much American, to be honest. Like the way we move, how when you fluctuate, we fluctuate in terms of markets and economy. Now, in terms of Trump, there's two sides to the coin. There's people who vouch for him and said this is the best thing that ever happened to America. You know what I'm saying? And then there's people who are on the other side and say, oh, this guy's a racist. This guy is the worst thing. And the 4 years he was ruling or whatever his presidency, he set back so many rules and so many things and so many executive what do they call it? Those
Executive
things
orders.
that
Executive orders.
Yeah. So this guy signed bare executive orders. Like as soon as he walked in the office, he just kept on signing like he was LeBron James, just giving out autographs, you know?
Endorsement deals, bro. Just signing them endorsement deals.
Hey, look, when you sign autographs, you can't sign with a black pen because I think they can reproduce it.
Correct.
So that's why I think you have to sign with a blue pen. That's some inside knowledge. We're giving y'all some inside knowledge here. So yeah.
But listen, but there was speaking of that, there was a great episode in the first episode when Dave Chappelle came back, okay? And when he did his first Netflix episode, because he had 3 Netflix episodes in the beginning, because when he came out in his comeback, he spoke about Trump, and he spoke about the Trump era, and he gave a great perspective, and he said that if you are rich, Trump benefits you. He goes, it doesn't matter if you're black or white, if you are rich, the tax write-offs, all these things, Trump benefits you. And in terms of the economy, he actually benefited the economy. Say what you want, he was good for the economy. Whether you like his personality or whatever he said, that's a whole different story. But if you're a country and your country's economy is booming, then the question is, does personality really matter? That's my question. Because on the flip side, we have someone who we like their personality in power, and then now not looking so good, you know? You're not looking good, buddy. So it just depends. It's like it depends, and if you watch that Dave Chappelle episode, that Dave Chappelle comedy show, the first one, he really puts it in perspective where where he's like he's like the only people that didn't benefit from Trump was the poor people, and that just depends on your understanding of what poor is and how it works and all this stuff. So was he doing cuts? Yes, he was. Was he doing things that was he saying things that he shouldn't have said? Yes, he was. But let's keep it real. Which politician does things that we like?
He also like unemployment rates improved, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they dropped because the economy, the way the economy is a direct correlation of unemployment rate. So if the economy is high, unemployment is low. So and the amount of jobs he put back into the ecosystem, a lot of things he did. But the issue is that, don't forget, the America is so polarized that it's like left versus right, blue versus red. Like they have to have like team A and team B. It's so polarized, and these labels is who defines who you are and what team you support, and it's so polarizing in that sense. So these guys, and Trump was probably one of the only few guys that exposed what was going on in the White House. Like he's when Dave Chappelle said the best thing, he in one of his SNL monologues where he said Trump, when Trump did his press conferences, he kept it a buck. He said exactly what he's gonna do, and he said and then the people on the inside were like, oh, don't do that. We are going to expose you. Like, well, he goes, don't worry. He goes, I'm going to expose you before you expose me. So he basically like a reverse Uno. So he's like, and he still won. And that's also why he's winning now, because he's so transparent. He's corrupt. Don't get me wrong, 100%. But he's so transparent where he said, this is how you win. I'm winning based on these methods with the same people that you guys hate on the other side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's that's why he's so likable. That's why like he's likable. Like Trump is very, very like I think I would love to, if I was to ever do a thesis, I would study his campaigning, and I think he's one of the most, besides certain things, I think he's a very interesting politician, to be honest.
I mean, just before Hamza, you go, just to add to what AB was saying, I think the thing that makes Trump a very interesting like politician or like presidential candidate is he's a businessman first, right? So
yes,
he knows how to do well in business. He knows how to play the marketing game. He knows how to play all of the business game, right? Whether that means he's a good politician or not, I don't think so. But when it comes to winning and when it comes to like playing the game and just making money, which is economy and stuff like that, I think he's like he might be good at that. But then does that mean he's gonna make the right decisions when it comes to like different issues, like world issues and like global issues, like real issues that are not economical? I don't know.
But the question is, so like you said right now, right? And here's the biggest question: is running a country the same as running a company?
No,
absolutely not. It's not because it's not. So, but yet he had policies to pass and the economy to. So when he came, his don't forget his campaign was what? I'm gonna get the economy up again. That was literally his. Say what you want about the other scandals that he had and whatever he did is that's a different. But his main point on his campaign was, I'm going to get the economy back up, and that's why you should elect me. We're going to drain the swamp. We're going to give back the underdogs a chance. You know, typical politician rhetoric and all that stuff. He you know. Like,
but you know, AB, I think that you can look at it a couple of ways. I've seen it this way, especially if people are focusing on the facts. I've seen people look at that's very Republican. I've seen people say if you focus on the feelings, that's very democratic.
Correct.
Right? So, like, depending on our lens of how we look at things makes us who we are, right? Obviously gives us, that little pizzazz, that it factor. For me, it's just remarkable that this man has made such a comeback after, I think I have stats here, by the way, after 91 criminal charges. He's the first president, right, to ever been indicted for any criminal charges, and he has 4 of them. The first president in our 234-year history of the United States of America. 91 criminal charges. He incited the January 6th U.S. Capitol attack or the insurrection. I've never seen a president who's supposed to be the role model and the leader of the free world go and incite a riot on the Capitol that 5 people and injured over 175 other people just because he did not believe that a formal victory or the votes of the Electoral College should be counted so that Biden could be the president. I've never seen that in my life. I don't think I've ever seen that in my life where they stormed the Capitol. My cousin, my baby cousin, she works in Washington, D.C., and I took a chance to go there and saw the U.S. again as a, obviously it's my country, but I feel like a visitor. I've been over here for so long. But I went over there in the summer, and I'm like, wow, how in the world did some regular people just storm the Capitol? And we can do anything in the world that we want, like militarily. It just didn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense. But one man did that, all right? Just if you look at the politics of who he is as a person, for me, I'm not interested. I'm not. I won't even get to the politics. I'm just looking at who he is as a person, right? But it's all about our priorities and our preferences. What are we looking for as a voter? Some people love, some people love him as who he is, right?
Yeah.
They love that he's not a politician. They love that he's going to tell the truth. They love that he's going to expose things. They love that he's a businessman, right? Even if they're not the people that he's talking about.
Facts.
Right? Let's see the Midwest. The Midwest loves Trump. But he's not really catering to what they want. But they love who he is as a person. Love what he stands for, what he's trying to do for the country. Right? And so that's why in Iowa was like a shock. Like, wow, he really won the Iowa caucuses. Oh, that's interesting. And he has not only like a small lead, he has a stranglehold, I would say.
He demolished them.
He demolished him. Right. Yeah. And I think you said that in the show notes. Like, he demolished the Iowa caucuses.
Did you see the? I was watching. Speaking of the Iowa caucus, which also caught me off guard too, because, like you said, this guy is pulling Wilt Chamberlain numbers. Like this guy, like Trump. Trump is one of the only guys that got double impeachment and indictments.
Impeachments. Wow.
Double. Like that means he beat one, and they had to stick a second one on him back to back. People don't understand that. People don't, like, you have to as robust as his CV is, his criminal charges are up there as well. Don't forget, like, this guy, this guy, like, he's like, I'm telling you, bro, he can go to Wilt Chamberlain and put that 100 points.
Put that 91 up. You put that 91 up. Criminal charges.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the crazy thing about the Iowa thing is, bro, it's like it was like bird food, like bird feed. It was so vast that this guy could have given votes away to his other contenders, and he still would have beat them by a mile. That's how like it was so embarrassing. So and it showcased that, like you said, Hamza, it showcased that people fully still believe in this man regardless of whatever he's done in the past. So he has a chokehold, and I'm pretty sure it's not only Iowa as well. Like because now they're still picking the RNC, the Republican representative, and the Democrat. Yeah. So the only competitor he has on the Republican side is Ron
DeSantis.
What's his name?
Yeah.
DeSantis. Ron DeSantis.
Florida.
Ron DeSantis. So that's the only competitor, and it's not the guy in Texas, I forgot his name as well. But Ron is the only one that can like maybe give a run for his money to represent the Republicans. But even now, even with this guy's, because don't forget, he's still going through a court case. This guy is still going through court right now.
Multiple court cases in different. Pick what state.
Yeah. So
state.
no, but I'm talking about the most recent one, like the big one, where because this guy, even as a president, he's going through cases regardless. Mm-hmm. So he's going through cases in his past businesses and whatever. The only thing different was at the time he was a president, so they couldn't touch him. But now, this current one is like, and that's why he said something recently. He said if I become president, I'm going to basically get rid of myself of this indictment and free myself, which shows you the power of corruption and what you can do and it's but bro, I'm telling you now, Iowa is one of many. It's gonna, don't be surprised if the whole South just is pro-Trump, you know, those states, you know. So
yeah, I mean, it remains to be seen. You know, we'll see. The only thing I'll say to close out this topic so we can move on to the next one, the only thing I'll say is I love my country, but some things I just don't understand. Just don't get it. Don't get it.
You and me both, bro.
Yeah. Thank you for that vote of confidence, my brother, because I just don't get it. We're going to move on right now. AB